Hey, what is up, everybody? Hopefully, you're having a fabulous freaking Monday. Hopefully, you're having a great day. Now, today's training is going to be sick. I'm very, very pumped. I'm going to give you guys like 30-ish seconds to get on here and get started before we get going. So that way you can see the training. Now, if you're thinking, Chris, you look like you're in your 20s now. Not only am I just 30, but I trimmed the beard a little bit. It was bugging me. I was like, getting my nose hairs in my mouth. I don't know how people keep big old beards. I really want one. I really do. I want a giant, big old beard. But just getting there is the thing. It's kind of like I wanted to grow my hair out for a while. I wanted to get it long. I used to be really long. It used to be down to my shoulders when I was a kid. But to get there, you got to go through some ugliness for a minute. You got to go through that mid shag weird thing. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully, you guys are having a freaking awesome Monday. Dude, it's the freaking 12 days of Christmas today. That's exciting. I need to watch some videos with the kids, do something. Anyway, comment below what are you doing with your kids. And also, as always, if you're here live with me, write hashtag live. If you're on replay, write hashtag replay. Okay, so that way we can get things rocking and rolling. So without further ado, Momentum Monday. Okay, we are going over, go my screen up here. We are going over goal setting for 2022. Big stuff coming. First, write your weekly wins down below. Write your weekly wins down below. What has been a win from last Monday to this Monday for you? What is one of those things? What is it? What is it? Because when we start looking at our wins, we create this positive momentum, which is what we're going to get into today. Positive and negative momentum, which is going to be super important for you and hitting these goals. Actually, let me here and look at this real quick. While we got a second, while people are still coming in. I like that better. All right, at least for this one. I got to make trainings that have like that bottom corner, nothing in it. All right. So something exciting is coming up. If you guys didn't already see my little teaser video earlier today, something exciting, okay? That thing is, oops, I thought I had a thing on it. So the exciting thing is that if you guys are wanting to recoup all of your investment into your program back, I made it as simple as possible. Luckily for me, now crunch the numbers, talked to my coach, did some things, and I realized that I can do this thing. And so what it is, since it's Christmas time, it's the year of giving and doing of the things, I wanted to be a big giver to you guys and be able to give you completely free coaching. And it's actually really simple. Okay. And a lot of you guys are here because of one main thing, one big thing, a couple things, right? One is that a friend of yours got bomb results in the program and wanted to share it. Okay. So I know a lot of you guys are friends of people that have been in the program and or people that have seen me on Facebook or known of me from somewhere, right? And so I want to be able to share, anyway, that's how you guys got here. And so I wanted to be able to share, make that experience more shareable and make it to where it was it made it to where you guys wanted to all do it so that we can really help more people. I have a massive goal for 2022 of having 100 people on my roster, and I definitely need some help with it to help them help me help you, right? And so what we're doing is you're going to see a form. I'll post it down below. I also have it posted as soon as this video is done so you can see it. Okay, and in that form, there's going to be a list. I actually have the form here. Let me here and pull that up. Remove this, share, not that screen. Let me share my other screen. Okay. So here's the other form, okay? Get 100% of your investment back in your bank account, okay? You're going to enter in 5 people's names that you think would be a great fit for the program. And at any point, whenever they join, I'm going to give you 20% of your investment back in your account, okay? So your friend wins because they're going to get an amazing program just like you're in right now, which is why you're here. You win because you're going to get 20% of your investment back into your bank account. Woo, woo. And I win because I get to serve my purpose and helping others achieve the goals that you're achieving right this very second, which is phenomenal. So you got person 1, their name, phone number, and then has person 1 has heard about the program, is ready to join, heard about the program, is not ready to join, and hasn't heard about the program but would be a great fit. Choose one of those things for each of the people. There's 5 of them. And again, at any point when they join between today and to the end of time, if they join and it's because of you, I'll give you 20% of your program investment back. Pretty sweet. Okay. Now, back to the regularly scheduled programming of hitting some goals. Okay, hitting some of these goals. Okay, 1 second. Oh, I did the full screen. Excuse me. This is the one. There we are. Okie dokie. So with that saying, keep in mind to some people. Again, when they get into the program, they're going to get your big discount. And before my prices increase for everybody new coming into 2022, and they're going to be able to get you're going to be able to get 20% of your investment back. Pretty sick. Okay, so that's what we got going on for the next 45 days. So from now until the end of January is when you have time to fill that bad boy out. So the sooner the better. And if they join before, then I'm also thinking about hooking you up with something really cool. I think I'll do that too. You'll get something special as well, something that nobody else will get in the entire program. So make sure that happens. Okay. Now, goal setting. Here's a wrap. Before we get started on how we're going to write goals and things, what I want you to do is I want you to write down your goals if you already have it. In that earlier video, I said, hey, make sure you write your goals down so that we know what we're working with before we go ahead. Because I don't want you to pause this and be like, oh crap, I got to think of my goals. Okay, I don't want to put you on the spot like that. So please, if you haven't already, pause this. Okay, it'll start back up right where you left off. Pause it, write down your goals that you have, and then we'll get after it right afterwards. Okay, so make sure you get that done. And if you're back or if you're watching it now or maybe have goals in mind, get a piece of paper and write them down. I want you to write them down. If this is a sheet of paper, okay, if this is a sheet of paper, I want you to write it down this way with the goals like this. Okay, so don't write here like this. I want you to write goal, 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 goal. Okay, there's 8 areas-ish of goals that people write. First one, fitness. Okay, main reason why we're here. Spiritual, financial, knowledge. Okay, sexual, emotional, relational, and charitable. Okay, these are the 8 main areas of goals that people make New Year's resolutions for. Okay, so write down one-ish corresponding with one of these 8 if you haven't already. Okay, again, this is in the teaser earlier for the campaign, the 45-day campaign we're starting and this training, but make sure that you still get that done. Okay, now where do most people go wrong with it? Okay, now I want you to keep your goals there because those goals are important. Okay, we're going to use them. I'm not here to just crap all over what you've written down, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to shine a little light on something that maybe you didn't think about, okay, when it comes to writing these goals. And so all we're going to do is we're going to keep those goals, okay, but we're just going to improve upon them if they need to be, okay. First one is that there's 0 long-term insight, okay. Read a book each month, okay. Anybody else written that goal down? I did. I've written that down before, for sure. Guess who didn't reach their goal? This guy. Because why? Why is that even important? What's it going to do for me to read a book each month? Why? Why? Next, doesn't really give them what they want. Sweet, I'm going to go on a diet. Okay. Is a diet what you want in your New Year's resolution? No, it's not what you want. You don't want a diet. You want the outcome in which a diet gives you. Probably, right? Hit my targets. Do well, whatever. Excuse me. That's what you want. That's what your ultimate goal is, not the diet. That is not the thing. That might be the thing that gets you the thing, but it doesn't really give you all that you want. But on top of that, there are goals, but there's no plan of action. So cool, I'm going to go on a diet. Great. What does that even look like? What are you going to do? What is it? How many days? Like, what are your protein, fats, carbs looking like in vegetables? What is it? How are you going to actually get there? Right. So it's a big blanket thing. And I hope this is the next slide. I think it is. Oh, no, it's not. But what happens is these sort of goals when you're like, I'm going to go on a diet. Okay, what happens when that happens? Let me see where I put that in my training because that's anyway, I'll find it. It'll come in here. But anyway, why it's so important to not do that is it creates a sense of a problem that is solved because you have a goal and here's a problem. Go on a diet. And in that moment, it feels good to say, oh, got the solution, but it doesn't generate action. It doesn't actually make you do anything. Okay, so another different examples of this, okay, because our brain wants to solve problems. if at one point a drug addict was like, hey, I need to get happy, well, the quickest way they know to happiness is drugs. So they're going to go to drugs, right? Or pornography. Or the quickest way to be heard is to berate and beat children or something. I don't know. Okay. But it's the quickest way. And so that is a way to solve a problem, but it doesn't really solve the problem, right? It's something, but it doesn't give you the blueprint of what you need. And lastly, they make a wishful board, not a vision board. And it's so important to have a actual board and a vision board, or have some sort of goal in mind. And we're going to get into the details of how we're going to pull this off in just a second. And so today, we're going to make a hard right on doing something, a hard right on doing something new. And it's a funny picture. This is our first house that we rented, Emily and I together did. She's pregnant with Holly, and this is tinfoil. And she was putting tinfoil on like this dish. I forget what she was making. And I was sitting on the couch, and she spilt it. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, it was like all the way down. It was like almost to me, I think. And I was like, what the heck happened? She's like, it just took a hard right. And that's been our thing. So welcome to our little joke there, our inside joke. So whenever we say something goes awry, we're like, oh, it just took a hard right. Okay. So what we need to do is the long-term focus goals. Okay. Read a book a week. Okay. That gives you at least something. Reading a book a week. Work out 7 days per week. Do keto. Okay. Those things are solutions that are not necessarily long-term based. They give you a thing, but they don't really give you a long-term solution, as in, why are you reading a book? Why are you working out 7 days per week? Why are you doing keto? What we need to do is think of what actions would lead you to the result that you want, that are going to give you the outcome that you're searching for. So as an example, reading a book. Maybe in that instance, you're looking for a solution to gaining a skill. So maybe saying, hey, instead of reading a book, what is it, the book that you want to read? And then say, oh, cool, I'm going to learn that skill. So if like, I want to learn a magic trick. I want to learn to be better at magic tricks. Okay, I'm going to read magic trick books. I have 4 of them. I'm going to read them by the end of the year. Problem solved, gained a skill. I'm going to work out 7 days per week. Great. Is that something you're going to do long term? Well, not if you're working out 2 times right now. You're going to go from 2 to 7 times per week? Doubt it. Not because I want to be a jerk, but because to 3.5x your output from one day to the next. Is that really, really likely long term? Probably not. Maybe it is, I'm going to work out consistently 3 days per week for the first 3 months, and then I'm going to increase it to 4, and then I'm going to increase it to 5, then 6, then 7, at whatever given time stamps that you have. Do keto. Maybe the goal there, instead of, I'm going to reach my goals, I'm going to reach a certain weight by the end of the year. Okay, example, read X books to learn a skill. Okay, next, doesn't really give them what they want, right? Starting a diet and going to church weekly. Does that really give you what you want? Who here wants to start a diet? Not me either. Who here wants to go to church weekly? Maybe you're like, I love church, and that's good for you. Okay, but you don't go to church to go to church. Okay, I'm here to break that unfortunate news to you. You don't go there to church. Okay. You don't go to, oh gosh, excuse me. I thought I made these. One second. Okay. You're not there for that. You start a diet because you have a goal you want to reach. Self-accomplishment, worthy, self-confident, big self-esteem, spiritual, connected, what would be another word? Feeling blessings, things like that. That's why you go there. You don't go to church to go to church. You go to church for those things, the outcomes, the actual outcomes. Okay. And beyond that, even, because going to church and starting a diet are too vague, and it really doesn't even solve the problem at all. Okay. And this is what I was talking about earlier. When you create a goal that doesn't solve a problem, It's the same thing that happens when in January, somebody says, I'm going to go to the gym. Go to the gym how often? For how long? Doing what? It's really vague. It really doesn't give you the solution that you want. It gives you a solution, and it feels good to fill the gap between problem and solution. Bam. But it's not really giving you what you want. And so we need to create goals that are actually getting you what you want and what you're looking for. And it takes just one extra step. Same beyond this vision board, or what I call a wishful board. Okay, because what happens more often than not is, I think I put this in the thing. Oh, I did not. This is what I was going to talk about. So what happens with a wishful board is it is one step removed from what you actually need. So when you look at something like this, and there's nothing wrong with vision boards and wishful boards, and I know probably a lot of you have had or currently do have one, okay? But if you notice here, 400K goals, okay, and sharing tips and being fit and success, okay, a lot of these things here are wishful thoughts with not a lot of plan of action with them. And you can say, okay, but I'm going to think of this as what I'm going to have. This is the things that I want. I'm going to be a law of attraction. I'm just going to sit here and think. I'm going to make $400,000 per year. I'm going to have this goal and it's going to be so great and blah, 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 blah. However, the step that needs to happen in between there is not that this is what you like, this is what you aspire to wish for versus this is what you're going to have, because you are that. As an example, okay, to be a $400,000 a year person or earner, you have to act like a $400,000 a year person. To be somebody that loses weight and reaches their goal, you have to act as if you are already that person. Not as a way of delusion, but as a way of being. Okay, and we're going to talk about how to do that in just a minute. Okay, as somebody who travels, you have to act like somebody who travels. As somebody who reads and seeks knowledge and gets coaching and does these things, you have to act as if that person was already you. Because life rewards the specific ask and punishes the vague wish. Have you ever been like, oh, I really want courage, or I really want, to feel the spirit, or I really want to, hear God, or I really want this thing, or I really want love. Like, okay, you can really feel love by losing everything but your dog, and you have no kids and things. And then when everything is lost, you can look and see like, oh my gosh, I have my dog. That's so amazing. I love this dog so much. There's your wish. And you got it, but it's not the way that you wanted it. It's because we need to have specific asks, specific things so that we get the things that we want. Because our brain, through what's called, what's the word? It's cognitive consistency is ones. If you act the way you want to be, then you will have the thing you want to have. But it's like, oh man, my coach talks about it all the time. Darn it. What's the word? Anyway, I forget the word, but it is when you are a reticular activating system. There it is. Booyah. And so when you think of, okay, this is what I want. And the more that I think and act in the way that is, the more I will do the things that get me to the thing that I want. Okay. And so I know this is a big thing, but this is why creating goals that are this way gets you the results that you want, because no one else does this stuff. Okay, so if you're with me, I'm with you so far. I'm going to get a sip of water because I'm freaking thirsty. All right. Next is thinking of the things you will get versus the thing you already have and are waiting to receive. This is huge. This is on my daily affirmations today as I was making this training. I think is it the next thing? It is not. Oh, darn it, guys. Sorry. I had it on here. I think it's in here, but I don't want to miss it right now because this is when I need to say it. It was. Oh, I know it's in this training. Actually, I remember copying it. 1 second. 1 second. There we are. Detach from the results. The results do not matter because they are lag indicators. You must focus on lead indicators and the results will handle themselves. Okay. So freaking important. Okay. And there's plenty of examples of this. Plenty. I'll give you two. Okay. First one is when it comes to I won't say who in the program, okay, but I'll say somebody. They might be here, they might not be here anymore, and some of you might know them. So I'm just going to keep it as vague as possible, okay? And it could be any one of those, okay? And I'm sure it fits the bill on a couple people, okay? When it comes to losing fat, okay, there's certain things that could happen at times that we don't necessarily want them to happen. Okay, this is when you're losing, you're hitting goals, and yet the result still hasn't been seen on the scale. You're like, dude, I'm eating the food, I'm hitting my targets. Why is it that the scale's not moving? It's just not coming off. And then one day it drops, right? Do you really think that a week, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, whatever amount of time of you doing the work, that magically that day an entire 3 pounds just falls off of you of fat, or that magically, like at that time, that's when the weight decides to come off? Like it's holding there, holding, and then it's like, I'm gonna lose today and just drop. No, it's because of previous actions that got you there. Okay, it's the previous stuff. And so the reward, as in the scale going down, did not happen because of today. It happened because of yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. And so when you're looking at the result, it's really hard to see the things that get you to the result. And it takes your mind's eye off of the things that actually make it work, right? Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Or if you've lived it, say I've lived it. So that way other people that are in the program are like, oh my gosh, that happened to me too. What the heck? Okay. And it happens. Do I know why? No, but I know it works all the time, every time. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, something that I think it's very interesting that not many people even think about is there was somebody that I know of that had purchased this thing. It's a little investment a couple of years ago, like 10 years ago, and they actually forgot about it. They bought like, I don't know, 3 or 4 stocks in this thing. Okay, and they were, these people were struggling. They didn't make very much money. But at the time, it was this thing. They're like, oh, this is looking really promising. I'm going to get it. I'm going to buy it. So they bought 3 or 4, maybe it was 5. I think it was 5. And they were living paycheck to paycheck. They literally would have to budget groceries to the dollar so that they could make sure they could afford the groceries for their kids. It was a really sad thing to watch. And I knew them from afar, not really close, but I knew them from afar. And people would talk about it through the pipeline that I knew. And one day they were like, they looked at their account, their negative personal account, their credit card was near maxed, and their grocery. I think what really happened was their fridge died. Like they stopped working. Just bought a week's worth of groceries, and they put their dollar. They budgeted their groceries to the dollar to make sure they had enough. Right? They looked at what they had, and then they looked at the sales, and they matched it with it. So they had no money. And they were like, what the heck are we going to do? We got 2 kids to feed. Like, what are we going to do? And then the husband one day was like, man, where's that thing? Where's that investment? Where did I hold it? Found an old hard drive. The hard drive, this is 6 months ago maybe. The hard drive contained 4 Bitcoin. 4 Bitcoin, a little thing called Bitcoin. Heard of it? I don't know if you have. And 4 weeks ago, Bitcoin hit the height of $67,000 per Bitcoin. These guys had $250,000 without even knowing it. Crazy. It's because it's a lagging indicator. They invested, and the result didn't come to fruition until they needed it. And then magically, here it is today, right on their doorstep. So not only did they get groceries, thank the Lord, okay, They paid a little bit in taxes too, which they were fine with. Okay, especially because it was over like 10 years or something like that. I forget the time. But needless to say, they're okay. They're doing just fine now. In fact, I think they've invested more into the crypto and they're doing even better than before, which is phenomenal because it's a lagging indicator. The result was, hey, if they kept the result in mind with Bitcoin and you remembered it 3 years ago, they probably would have cashed out at like 15,000. Now they cashed out at like 300. And here we are, way better, right? And so keeping your mind's eye on those things is so freaking important, okay? Especially when it comes to your goals. Is not the result, but the thing that gets you the result. That is how you freaking win. So with that being said, let's make some freaking goals, shall we? Okay, so the key to making the goals is that the key to making goals that you actually hit is realizing one thing in the beginning, one big thing. And I know we're 26 minutes in, but this one thing is going to make your life, it's going to change it. It's going to change it. It is you at your goal and you today are the same person. You are the same. You are you. You just think, act, and believe different things. I'm going to say that again. Okay. The you at your goal and the you today are the same person. You just think, act, and believe different things. Because the you that used to pee the bed, pick your boogers, jump off rooftops, hate irrational foods, and want a blue cupcake that you saw that wasn't there, that you didn't get because there wasn't a blue cupcake there, like my sweet Evelyn did on our birthday party yesterday. She was crying because there was no that she wanted the blue cupcake and there was none. There was no blue cupcakes there to start. It was vanilla or chocolate. She saw a blue cookie. I'm like, do you want that? She said, no, I don't want that. I want a blue cupcake. And I said, well, I don't know what to tell you, kid. So that was our day. It was pretty phenomenal. Okay. But you are the same person that thinks rationally most of the time, hopefully, right? Are the same person. You just think and act and believe different. That's it. That's it. So if that were to be true from now to when you were 3, could it possibly be true from now to when the next year? Is that true? Could it be true? You bet. You bet it is. You bet it is. And all you need to do is find things and ways to think and act and believe differently. And here's the thing. Here's the best part. Is that you probably have the majority of the answers, which is phenomenal. We just need to sift our way through how to find them. That's it. And that's what we're going to do right now. So, real quick, I want you to read over your goals that you have written down. I want you to read over them. And you might be thinking, oh, these goals might not be the greatest right now. Whatever, dude. Don't let that ego get in the way. Okay, it's not real. Your goals are amazing. We just need to beef them up. We just need to get them to where it's instead of a statement into a plan of action for you. Okay, so read over your goals. Next, I want you to close your eyes and make sure your eyes are closed for realsies. Okay, this will not work if you don't close your eyes. So if you need to pause it again and get to a point where you can close your eyes, we're at 28 minutes. So remember that. Write that down. 28 minutes. Okay, pause it. Come back when you can close your eyes and do this exercise. Okay, and while your eyes are closed, I want you to pretend that you are 3 months into the future. 3 months into the future. One second. While you're sitting there believing 3 months in the future, I want you to, 1 second. Okay. While you're sitting there thinking 3 months in the future, you need to breathe through your nose, nice and slow, almost slow, too slow, to where you almost need to get air quicker. So go through your nose, so quiet, you can't hear it. Hold it for 2, and then breathe out, nice and slow for 8 seconds. So 6 seconds in, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it for 2, 1, 2. Breathe out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it for 2. 1, 2. Breathe out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in and find that natural rhythm. I want you to think 3 months in advance. It's March. March is starting to get a little warmer, hopefully. Easter's coming. "90 days. Think of the progress that you're making in your body, in your relationships, in your sexuality with your partner, finding a partner, rekindling some relationships, connection with whatever you believe, universe, God, whatever." Now I want you to fast forward 6 months. It's summertime, warm. Probably gone on a vacation, planning on going on vacation, going to the river, lake, California, ocean, somewhere. Kids are out of school. And then you're so excited, you're halfway to your goals. You might even be beyond halfway. You might have hit it so tight at the beginning that you can cruise and still hit your goals. Man, how cool would that be? That'd be very exciting. It's all because of what we're doing right now. You should be so happy that you're in this positive momentum. You can see it just flying. Every day you wake up and all you do is just win, 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 win. Every day. Every single day. Now I want you to fast forward in your mind's eye to 365 days from now. It's December 13th, 2022. It's cold again. You've outlined all your goals, and you're looking back at the last 365 days. And you look at each of these things we wrote on this paper with giant check marks next to each of them. Yep, I got the body in it that I said in 365 days. Yep, I got the financials. Yep, I rekindled some relationships or strengthened some. Yep, I've worked on my mental health. Yep, my knowledge. I learned some things. Learned some new things. Yep, my fitness is out of control. I haven't been this fit in years. Yes, my connectivity with God, the universe, spirit, how I feel. Oh, on another level. And just look at how happy, content, blessed, at how much winning you're doing, that it's already been done. Look at yourself. Look in your mind. Look in the mirror and look at how proud you look. Look at each bit of your body. Like, man, I can't believe I did that. I'm so happy. The accomplishment of the last 365 days is one that I never would have thought I did. Wouldn't be possible. Would not have been possible had you not done what you're doing right now. So congratulate yourself. Your fitness is on point. You're doing more push-ups and sit-ups and going upstairs and running and squats. Heck, you might even be doing pull-ups. Like, that's insane. All from the work that you did. Look at your family and their environment too. The blessings that you've given them. Because as you've progressed forward these last 365 days, you've brought along your family with you. They're acting different. They're eating healthy. They're working on their relationships. They're working on their spirituality. All because you, a leader, has pulled them without you even trying. That blessing is on your family and friends. I want you to let this happiness, this feeling just flow over you. Almost as if you're in a warm shower and that water is just flowing all over your body, from top of your head, down your hair, over your face, down your shoulders, your back, your chest, your stomach, down your thighs, all the way down to your calves, and eventually hitting your toes. Just warm happiness, just like a shower of blessing. And while you're here in this amazing moment of winning and of blessings and of gratefulness and of content and of beauty, I want you to really think about and see yourself on December 13th, 2022. What are some of the actions, beliefs, and daily routines that you're doing right now on December 13th, 2022 that have led you to this spot that you are just in constant winning, positive momentum with your physical health? Take note of how often are you working out right now? How far ahead are you planning meals? Are you planning meals? How much are you investing in your health? Coaching, supplementation, food, seminars, webinars, certifications, clinics. How much of that's going down realistically to get you to your goal? With your spirituality, are you at the church you're at now? Are you still going? Are you doing the same? Is your spirituality already on point right now? Could you be doing more? Are you doing more? On December 13th, 2022, a year from now. Financially, do you have the same job? Do you have a new job? Do you have a side hustle? Are you opening a new business? Are you opening up multiple businesses? Are you investing? Are you saving? What does your financials look like 365 days from now? Knowledge. What sort of skills, talents, or abilities are you looking to start that you started, improved, or are waiting to learn or have learned? Did you learn a new language? Did you start a new language? Is this something that you foresee for yourself or no? No wrong answers. This is your goal. This is what you will be 365 days from today. Sexuality with your partner. Are you seducing more? Are you studying how to do that? Are you being a better partner? Maybe not even sexually, but maybe just in general. Are you doing things now, 365 days from today, that could be done today? And if so, what are those things? Emotional. Are you setting up boundaries? Are you protecting your space more? Have you implemented safeguards for your happiness? As in, do you delete Facebook app off your phone? Have you unfollowed people that cause you negative energy, to gain negative energy. You decided not to dabble in things that you shouldn't dabble in. Drinking, smoking, drugs, pornography. Are those things there still? Are they not? Are they a problem? Are they no longer a problem? 365 days from today. Have you rekindled some relationships? Have you working on some friendships? Are they already done? Are you spending time with your cousins and uncles? Are you visiting your parents more? 365 days from today. Keep in mind, these are things that you are doing, not that you will do. These are things that you, in the future, that your goals will belong, that you will be at, that you will actually be doing, the actions, the thoughts and beliefs, not wishful thinking. These are things that you will be doing. Charitable. Are you donating your time? Are you donating finances? Are there charities that you strongly advocate for, that you now are participating in, that you are continuing to participate in, or that you are no longer participating in? Again, no wrong answers. All right answers here. This is you, of what you will be doing at the goals that you have set. All right, slowly, on your time, as you're continuing to do your breaths, open your eyes. And when you do, I want you to write down exactly under each of those goals the actions that you thought of that came to you as we talked about them. Okay, and I'm going to make this quick so that you can get going on it. Because here's the deal, is that without actions underneath, you're looking at the destination. And there's no way that you can get from where you are now to that spot as fast, effective, and as straightforward just by looking at it. There's probably millions of ways to get there. And I can show you a couple ways. But most of the time, not most of the time, a lot of the time, you have a lot of the answers that you need to get where you want to go. It just sometimes needs a little oomph in the right direction, which is why when you create this next step, instead of looking at the top of that mountain, the flat iron there, instead of just looking at it like I'm walking towards that thing, because I've tried it, and that's a 100-foot, I think, face that you have to climb if you go straight towards it. I would much rather just give you a map to say, hey, this is where it starts, homie. And it shows you exactly how to get up there. And it might be like, hey, you can go this way, or watch this. This way, not a good way for you. Let's go this way instead. Why is this not a good way? Well, you don't have the right shoes. Now, over here, really, really sandy. And if you don't have good shoes that are like flatter, okay, with some ridges in them, all you're going to do is pick up sand for 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and you're going to get too tired to even reach the trailhead that gets you to the siphon draw. This way is mostly on land, is on cement, which you don't need to worry about. And then when you get here, this point, it's big old rocks. It's like stair stepping. That fits you better. And that is where I come in. I'm going to show you the right path for you to take. You have plenty of options. The reality is, though, a lot of the things that you have are going to get you really freaking close. You just need to look sometimes and see and create goals in a manner that allows you to do actionable things, not lose weight. Because that's not going to get you there. That's looking at the destination, not the path. So I'm going to stop the video here. I want you to now, on your piece of paper underneath, write down underneath each of those goals the plans of action, because your goal is written here, plan of action written down. The things that you know you'll do between thoughts, beliefs, and actions that need to be taken in place and worked in here underneath each of them so that when you and I meet next, we can go over it and we can really dial this thing in to where 2022 is the year that you freaking obliterate your goals. That's it for me. Have a great freaking Monday, and I'll talk